Happy Easter, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Gashi's Kaman TV, the tallest man in Black Africa. William Samoei Ruto is the most feared politician in Kenya today. He is feared by the UDA supporters and Azimio in equal measures. He is also feared by people who work very close to him. He is even feared by his Kalenjin brothers and sisters. He is feared by the members of former regime, including Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. William Samoei Ruto is one person who is feared by all. Indeed, although he is the most powerful politician in Kenya today, it is only one man who can dare to tell him no. It is only one man who can tell him, who can call him bluff. It is only one man who can be able to look straight on his eyes and tell him he will not do what he wants. This man is none other than Raila Amolo Odinga. All the others fear him. And there are so many things that Kenyans don't know about William Samoei Ruto. One of the things that I've gathered from close friends, people who have interacted with him, because I personally have never interacted with William Samoei Ruto. The closest I've come to him is maybe 5 or 6 meters during when he was the deputy president during the second term. That is the closest I've ever come to him. And he had come on an occasion in a church. So one of the things that I've gathered is that William Samoei Ruto is an extremely emotional person. Very, very emotional. And he can easily cry. William Samoei Ruto can easily cry. And remember when he cried in church, when he was with Rachel Ruto, and remember Ruto being tapped at the back, the shoulder by Rachel Ruto, when he remembered where he came from as a chicken seller. I don't know whether a chicken seller, because some people say he was a small intestine chicken seller. Whatever the case, he came from a humble background. And the man is very, very emotional. The other thing that is clear is that he's a teetotaler, meaning he doesn't take alcohol, he doesn't drink alcohol, and he loves taking tea, and he loves taking water. That is something that we gathered. Again, he's a deal maker, and that's how he was able to rise very fast in political circles. That is how he was able to make deals and become very rich. During the second president of the Republic of Kenya, he would make deals with powers that be, the guys that held power during that time. He was able to work with them, and that is how he was able to overshadow Jirogo himself. Again, something else about William Samoei Ruto is that when you look at him, he is extremely religious. He is notoriously religious. And most of the things he normally prays. And I understand most of the cabinet meetings, he's the one who leads the cabinet in prayers. He's the one who starts with a prayer. And everything he does every day, he prays. You even saw him praying for the soldiers when they were going. Is it Congo or Zaire? I remember he was praying for them. Again, is that I understand William Samoei Ruto does not show his true colors. He doesn't show his intentions. to his close friends. And I think this one, he ran from Arap Moi. Arap Moi, you would talk with him, mnaongea na yeye, anakuacha hapa. Kuna wakati ambapo waliunda baraza la mawaziri na Bidhi, Philip Bidhi. But the first person to be asked was Philip Bidhi, wakati the news were taken to KBC Channel 1 during that time. Kwa hivyo kile ambacho walikuwa wamefanya ni kwamba walikuwa wameunda baraza la mawaziri na Bidhi was the second to the cabinet, but he was the first to be dropped without knowing. So that's the way William Samoei Ruto works. And if you want to know this, you just need to see how Gachagua was left out when William Samoei Ruto came out, I think was it on Sunday, when he climbed down and said that he was ready to negotiate with Raila Amolo Odinga and his Azimio Brigade. So this is somebody who doesn't show his true intentions. And I want to look at the reason why William Samoei Ruto is feared. Because I know many of you are asking, why is William Samoei Ruto so much? Why is he feared that much? If somebody is feared by Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, somebody is feared by even close friends and enemies in equal measures, what is it that make him to be feared? The first reason, in my view, is because of the allegations of crime against humanity. For those of you who remember the post-election violence of 2007-2008, more than 1,000 people died. Na wengi walikuwa wametoka sehemu za Rift Valley. And the person who was accused because of this is William Samoei Ruto. Displacement of population, and you remember that ugly scene of Kiaba, where majority of Kikuyus were burnt alive. And remember that picture of an old woman who later died. And it was a painful moment. So the Rift Valley post-election violence, because Rift Valley witnessed the greatest pain. Most of the people suffered who are in the Rift Valley. And you remember, the kingpin of the Rift Valley during that time was William Samoei Ruto. So it is this memory, bad memory, that makes people fear him very much. Kwa sababu ya yale ambayo yalitokea pale. The other reason, in my view, why William Samoei Ruto is feared is because he is very, very vengeful. When you look at his heart is full of vengeance. Na tumeona vile ambavyo wakati ambapo Matiang'i alikuwa amealikwa, tuite mwaliko kule DCI Kiambu Road. And you remember the way his home was actually destroyed by the police. You remember the way he has always been accusing Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta and Raila Amolo Odinga. Up to date, I don't think William Samoei Ruto has ever forgiven Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. Up to date, I don't think he has ever forgiven people like Kinoti, Matiang'i, and Akina Kebicho. So the president is very, very vengeful. And it is vengeful nature that makes people fear him, especially those who are in the former regime. And when you see Rigathi Gachagua talking, because Gachagua is also full of vengeance, actually, he is doing this because of William Samoei Ruto. And again, the other reason why William Samoei Ruto is feared is because of the way he wanted to slap Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. Can imagine the deputy, because that time he was the deputy president, and he said that when Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta wanted to give in because of the post-election violence, because of the demonstrations that were being led by Raila Amolo Odinga, and William Samoei Ruto had that Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta alikuwa anataka kuachana na uongozi, akasema hii tunaweza achilia yende, wacha yende. And William Samoei Ruto clearly said that he felt that he would slap Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. You can imagine somebody slapping the commander-in-chief of the armed forces. So it is because of this knowledge that makes people fear him. Again, when you look at William Samoei Ruto, you see somebody who is full of anger. His tone is that of anger. For instance, anytime he's talking about Raila Amolo Odinga, I think it's just the other day that he called him my brother, because most of the time the tone is that of anger, and he normally refers to him as yule mzee wa kitendawili, normally refer to him as yule mganga, and he used all types of derogatory terms, and the tone scares anybody who is watching him. The tone scares many people who listen to him, and again, he harbors a lot of bitterness. Yes, when he's talking, especially when he's talking about the opposition and he's talking about the former regime, utaona kwamba ni mtu mwenye hasira za mkizi, ni mtu ambaye anaonyesha hasira za hali ya juu sana, hasira bazo zinaweza kuogofya binadamu wa kawaida. And when you combine the anger and the bitterness with the president, in the president, kile ambacho unaweza kuona ni kwamba watu wana sababu ya kumwogopa. Sijui kama wewe unamwogopa William Samoei Ruto. I don't know whether you fear him, because when you look at him, when he's talking, though the man sometimes doesn't show, as you have said, he doesn't show his true colors. You can read it from his tone and the bitterness of his language. That is when you see that you have to fear him. Again, there's something else that make people fear him is his oratory skills. The man has a gift of the gab. Tuseme ukweli, huyu ni mlubi. Ni mlubi ambaye ana ufasaha mwingi wa lugha. Ni mlubi ambaye ana ushawishi mkubwa sana. And not many people can defeat him in a debate. And you remember when, just the other day, when he had invited journalists, I think in State House, and he had invited all the media houses, and was able to answer all the questions, and he knows how to go around issues, he knows how to navigate issues, because he has the language. He has the command of the English language, and also the command of the Kalenjin language. Na Kiswahili tunaweza kusema kwamba anajaribu, kwa sababu kile anafanya ni kwamba anaweza kutumia maneno ambayo yanafaa kutumika wakati fulani na kupitisha ujumbe bila wasiwasi au bila matatizo mengi. So that idea, you know, when a person is not able to communicate properly, when somebody is not able to convince that person, kujieleza inaweza kuwa vigumu, na kuongea hadharani inaweza kuwa vigumu. Lakini sasa yule ambaye, for instance, when you compare William Samoei Ruto and a number of politicians, you realize that not many people can win in a debate, and the only person that maybe can match him is somebody like Orego is very good, somebody like Anyang' Nyong'o is also very good. Somebody like Otiedo Molo is also very good, and a number of people, especially in ODM. ODM is also gifted with very good orators, and it is these oratory skills that make people fear him, because you see, he will be able to convince you. Again, why he is feared is because, you know, when you look at William Samoei Ruto, many things actually shock people. I don't know whether you are shocked by the fact that he was declared the president by Wafula Chebukati. Whatever method he used, I don't know, because up to date, I've never known how he was declared the president. Up to date, many people have never known how he was able to maneuver his ways and defeat the deep state, defeat the system, defeat the president. I've never known whether he was able to rig himself in with all the intelligence services. It is something that is mind-boggling. It is something that historians will live to analyze. It is something even political analysts today have not been able to analyze clearly and properly, because for the first time we saw somebody who tried the first time to win the presidency, and he was declared the president. I'm using the word declare, not win, because up to date, We don't know who actually won the presidency. We can't tell who won the presidency, but we know who was declared the president. How he was able to control IBC is something that I've never understood up to date. So that is why he is feared. And that is why there will be no need of 2027 elections when William Samoei Ruto is a candidate. I don't think. If he was able to be declared the president when he was outside the system, unless and until it is proved that the system was supporting him, because it is also possible, though very unlikely. Lakini siasa, unajua siasa zina mambo mengi. Siasa zina mambo mengi. But when you look at what has been happening recently, you conclude without much difficulty that the system was against him. But how did he win the presidency? That is a question that has never been answered up to this moment. I don't know what you think, but if you ask me, the most feared politician in Kenya today is William Samoei Ruto. May you have a blessed Easter. Till next time, bye-bye.